Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blitz Growth. Today we have a very impressive guest, Jenny from JennyJFitness. She's got an amazing fitness empire with a bunch of training, coaching courses, diet plans, courses, so many different things that we're going to go over today. Tons of different products, especially in the digital space, and a huge community. Her workouts and content have been featured across Nike, Fab Fit Fun, Bowflex, Pop Sugar, and so many more publications. Check out her website. She's got so many brands she's worked with. Say someone's got a few 100,000 followers across all their platforms. Where should they get started with how to monetize that audience or fan base? Because you've done a really good job. You've got a lot of different products. You've got a lot of different partnerships. So one, how do you set up those monetization opportunities? And then later on, we'll get into the partnerships and brand deals and stuff.
Okay, so there are so many different ways to monetize your brand, your social media, whatever. I think you need to narrow down and figure out how you can best monetize your unique value. Okay, so whether you're a fitness trainer and you're very passionate about creating online workout programs and plans for people, you need to figure out, how do I package this in a way where I can scale it and I can sell it to a lot of people. On the other hand, if you're more like, I don't want to sell to the masses, I just want to work with 10 to 20 clients and do one-on-one training, then you need to figure out exactly what you want to do. Okay. So, and you can do a bunch of different things, but focus on one thing at a time. So what's the easiest way to start giving value, in a way that can eventually scale? So it can be one-on-one coaching. It can be selling ebooks. It can be, creating a digital online course. It can be, creating a challenge, a small group challenge, whatever it is that you want, choose it, get very clear on who you're selling to, and then make sure that you have a way for people to opt in to your email list. Okay. A lot of people make the mistake of not grabbing their audience on social media. And the reason why we can't rely on our social media is because in a moment, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, they can completely deactivate your account. They can delete your account. You lose all of your followers forever. You can't get them back. But the thing that you do own is your email list. Okay. And that gives you an invitation to a relationship with a potential lead or a potential customer. And so you have to continue building that relationship with your customer. Figure out what their pain points are, figure out what their struggles are, and literally give them that solution, whether it's weight loss, whether it's learning how to knit. If they have a struggle with something, create a solution for them to buy. And as far as the packaging goes, you have to kind of figure out what works for you and your brand.
How did you narrow in on the pain points that your fan base had? And then how did you choose, and then which product type did you choose to go with?
So number one, my audience is me 10 years ago. Okay. So I just literally have to go back 10 years prior to all of this education, all of this knowledge that I now have, and ask myself, what did I struggle with? What were my pain points? What was so hard about where I was in my life? Right. And usually, the people that we want to serve are those who were just like us, because we know how to get out of their problem, because we've experienced it, and we were able to find a solution. So you have to, if that's your audience, think about what you were struggling with back then and ask yourself those questions. And then number two, ask your audience. Like, you have an audience that you can literally communicate with every day. So if you're on Instagram, go on stories, create polls, create surveys, Ask them what they're struggling with in your comments section. And you'll notice as you get feedback, you're going to hear the same keywords over and over and over again. And those are the green lights. Those are the light bulbs that you need to keep writing down. These are their struggles. These are their struggles. And so when it comes time to launch your product or your program, you are literally taking what they had just told you in your comments and you're putting it on your sales page. And by the time that comes around, when you launch, the customer thinks, oh my God, she knows exactly what I'm struggling with. She knows my issues. I have to buy from her. She knows exactly what I need. So that's kind of a little trick in marketing.
Nice. And so what's been your most successful product? Because you've got, coaching, you've got courses, you've got membership areas, you've got a bunch of different things going on. If someone had to choose one, which one do you think is, let's look at it two ways. Which one would be the most easy to get started? And then which one do you think is the best in terms of like maybe profit and growth?
So the best profit and growth for me is, to be honest, sponsorships and brand collaborations. Those are very easy for me to do, and they pay well, especially if you're working with a really good company. Those are definitely the easiest and highly profitable. The one that I think I continue to try to change and alter and figure out are my memberships. So I have an online digital fitness studio, and it's basically pre-recorded workouts that people can access at any time, 24/7. You get workouts from me. And that's a really great way to get recurring revenue, right? Because once they join and they love the product, they love the workouts, that is a customer that's going to continue to stay with you, for the lifetime of that product, however long that they want to stay in that membership. So that's consistent recurring revenue. And that's something that I'm continuing to try to work on and scale. As far as, and I'm just going to spin off here, my most enjoyable product that I love are my challenges, like my 4 to 8 week small group coaching programs. And the reason why I love those is because I get to really feel like I'm making an impact. I see their faces on our Zoom calls. I talk to them more, and I feel like I'm really being more purposeful in those challenges. So I hope that answers your question.
Super interesting question on the challenges, actually. So, how does that work and how does that facilitate? So, anybody listening wondering about, I have this niche, there's a skill set that I can teach people. So, what does a challenge consist of? Like, how do you facilitate a challenge, and what does it include for the people who are like buying into your challenges?
Yeah. So I have an upcoming small group coaching program / challenge next month. And what it consists of is they're going to be getting a digital 4-week course. It's drip content style, which means each week they're going to get a few different videos to consume. They're going to learn, how to eat clean, what foods to eat more of, what foods to eat less of, yada, yada, yada. It's going to go through each week and give them new information. In that product, they also receive worksheets, downloads to help facilitate the learning. They can kind of, feel like they're interacting with the product. It's almost like an online course, right? In addition to that, they're going to get group coaching calls with me. So they get that one-on-one action where they can get all of their questions answered. And then they also get a support group as well so that they can connect with other people in the group.
Nice. And do you do the support group on like Facebook or something, like Facebook group, or do you do it in your membership area?
I do it through Facebook groups.
Okay, that's super interesting. And then when you price that out, do you do it one time, or is it monthly or payment plans? What do you find is the best way to set up your challenges? Because I really like the idea of a challenge over a course because it's kind of a bit more engaging and more interactive, as you were saying.
Yeah, so this is something that we have been trying to tweak and figure out what's the best way to package it and price it. In the very first launch of it, we decided to do a membership. It was like a monthly or yearly membership where they get access to it for, the lifetime of their membership plan, and they get one-on-one texting support with me. But we realized that people stop using the product after maybe month 3, and that's just normal for most, membership type offerings. So this time around, we're doing just a 4-week one-time price, but you're going to get 3 different tiered options depending on the level of commitment and investment that you want. So the first tier is going to be the cheapest price, and you just get the 4-week course. The second tier is the middle price, which includes the 4-week course plus the Facebook group and the monthly coaching calls. And then the last tiered price is going to be the most expensive, but you get all of that, including a 45-minute one-on-one coaching call with me. So depending on that level of investment and commitment, you can choose according to what you need.
How do you find those opportunities, and how do you kind of, I would say, actually kind of get on people's radar? Because, those brands, like some of the ones you've been featured by, they're huge. So I'm sure there's tons of people that are trying to get sponsorship deals from them. How do you sort of organize to get seen? How do you get that deal over everybody else? And how do you kind of manage that part of your business?
Yeah, so a lot of the brand deals, the high paying brand deals that I've gotten, the company or the agency that represents the company reaches out to me. And so you have to make sure, number one, that you have your contact information available and easy to find. So you need to have your email up somewhere on your social media so that they can email you. So if you're doing really well, the company's going to find you. They have, search engines that can find influencers within the specific niche that they're looking for, and they'll reach out to you. When that happens, you want to make sure that you negotiate your prices, and I've had to learn the hard way. And I definitely took some really low paying sponsorships because I didn't know that I could negotiate. So that's a whole conversation in and of itself. And then number 2, you can also join these, I guess, these websites that connect influencers and brands. So a couple examples that I've used, Aspire IQ is a kind of like a platform where you can connect with brands. Another one that I used was called Intellifluence, and there's one other that I used. But those are ways where you can just set up your profile, you can put all your stats in there, and the brand will be able to search you that way. And then you can start collaborating within that platform. So
Yep.
that's one way to do it.
Hey guys, we put a bunch of effort into making great content for this YouTube channel. So please hit subscribe, leave us a comment, hit like, and tell a few friends about it.